Lost in Lisbon, finding myself amongst the pastel-colored trams and saudade. Lisbon is not only one of the world's oldest cities, but also the funnest cities I've visited. I only did a little pre-trip planning, but there I was, standing in the Alfama district, overlooking a tapestry of red rooftops stretching before me, and the salty breeze whispering secrets from the Atlantic. This unplanned trip was a spontaneous escape from the daily hustle and grind of daily life back home, and became a journey of unexpected personal growth and exploration. I had a week to explore Portugal and decided to spend my time in only Lisbon so I could get to know the city and its surroundings better. Flying into Lisbon itself is amazing, especially if you're coming in at night, because Lisbon is right by the Atlantic Ocean, so you see the water and the beautiful city lights both at the same time. Cobblestones and new conversations. Sometimes I like to kick back and be in my own bubble, because that's operating in my comfort zone. But Lisbon forced me out. Getting lost in the maze like Alfama, deciphering menus in broken Portuguese, and navigating trams crammed with locals. Each moment pushed me beyond my usual boundaries. Each challenge, however, became a small victory, and the more I connected with people, the more I fell in love with the city. Embracing the slow pace, Lisbon pulsates with a unique rhythm. It's not the frantic pace of other European capitals, but a languid sway, an invitation to savor the moment. Lingering cafes filled with chatter, sun-dried plazas bustling with life, and evenings serenaded by the melancholic fado melodies. However, the vibe of the city was so intoxicating that I spent long days and nights exploring, and sleep was not an abundant luxury that week. I find when you explore, you find new ways back to yourself, and so I took the time to sit down and write and reflect in various cafes. One of the best ways to get around in Lisbon for me was to use the electric scooter program. Super Pedestrian had affordable day passes, and you can swap out scooters everywhere around the city. I also used their public transportation system when I wanted to venture out a little further or needed a break from standing on the scooter. Again, the metro system is very functional and takes you everywhere around the city as well. One thing I can highly recommend is taking a walking tour to soak up a little bit of Lisbon's history. If you're brand new to the city, I can highly recommend going to the Center of Tourism and hopping on a guided bus tour. The bus tours are structured into multiple rings around the city, and depending on what you're interested in, you can get a feel for the layout of the city while listening to audio and the driver's narrations. The language of smiles, saudade and unexpected connections. My limited Portuguese was a constant reminder of my vulnerability, but between being able to speak English and Spanish, it was easy enough to connect with people. I learned that most people seem to prefer English over Spanish because of the relationship and history between Portugal and Spain. The universal language, however, were the smiles and laughter I shared with people who I connected with. Shopkeepers patiently deciphered my broken attempts. Lisbon is a super awesome place to go shopping as well. Department stores like El Corte Inglés and lots of small boutique stores sprinkled around the city make window shopping and real shopping an amazing experience. I ended up buying quite a few dress clothes that were substantially cheaper than what I would have paid for back in the US. So what's your name?
My name is Danny.
Danny? So Danny has a shoe store here, which I've never seen anything like it. He has shoes that look like they're reconditioned, but Danny, are your shoes reconditioned?
They're not my shoes, by the way. They are Golden Gooses, an Italian brand, and
yes.
It's our main concept. We give this distressed look, and creativity. It's one of our main points to show, no doubt. So basically, we always give this vintage look to our sneakers, but we have other more articles. We have sneakers, but sneakers is our main, one of our main focus articles. Yeah.
Locals offered directions with warm gestures, and fellow travelers shared stories over glasses of vino verde. Overcoming language barriers fosters a sense of connection, reminding me that communication transcends words, built on shared human experiences. The power of maybe. Lessons from pastel-colored trams. Lisbon's iconic trams, rattling up and down impossible steep hills, became a metaphor for my journey. My initial plan was just a starting point, often detoured by spontaneous discoveries and unexpected encounters. I learned to embrace the maybe, the unplanned turns that led to hidden gems and enriching experiences. This newfound flexibility and openness became a life lesson I took home with me, reminding me to be present and adaptable in the face of the unknown. The food in Lisbon is worth mentioning as well. Lisbon tantalizes your taste buds with an explosion of flavors, from fresh seafood hauled straight from the Atlantic to mouth-watering pistache de nata custard tarts. An easy way to immerse yourself in this vibrant culinary scene is at the Time Out Market, a bustling food hall housed within a historic market building. Mingle with locals as you navigate stalls overflowing with regional specialties, each curated by Lisbon's culinary stars. Savor melt-in-your-mouth char-grilled octopus drizzled with olive oil, indulge in flaky pastel de nata sprinkled with a bit of cinnamon, or sip on a glass of vino verde while taking in the lively atmosphere. The Time Out Market isn't just a meal. It really is a journey through Lisbon's diverse culinary landscape, leaving you wanting to come back for bite after bite. Leaving a piece of my heart in the city of Saudade, Lisbon, with a sun-kissed charm, infectious spirit, and a melancholic undercurrent of Saudade, left a mark on my soul. It wasn't just the sights and sounds, but the transformation within. I returned home lighter, braver, and more open to the world's possibilities. This unplanned trip reminded me that true growth often happens outside of our comfort zones, in the embrace of the unknown and in the simple act of getting lost, both literally and figuratively. So pack your bags, embrace the unplanned, and see where the journey takes you. You might just surprise yourself, like I did on the sun-drenched streets of Lisbon.